Hi folks, it's Larry Heather here again at Twitter handle Calgary Senate, at Calgary Senate on Twitter. And today my topic is the bike track, cycle track, whatever track you want to call it, pilot down in downtown Calgary. Now coming up on December the 8th, committee meeting, transportation committee meeting at 9:30 on Thursday, the December 8th, 2016, they're going to decide after 2 years whether they're going to make this CycleTrack network downtown Calgary, whether they're going to make it permanent or not. And when I say permanent, it doesn't mean just leaving up the temporary barriers that are there and the little green bollards and that sort of thing. It means actually putting up cement barriers, cement islands all the way down these streets. 12th Avenue, 5th Street Southwest. 12th Avenue, it's two-way on one side. 8th Avenue, and a little bit of 9th Avenue as well, which really plugs up a major outlet to downtown Calgary. So my topic today is quash the CycleTrack approval. And here you see evidence of a business that is no longer there at the Ramada Inn complex on 8th Avenue. Sale, space for lease. It's prime, right on the sidewalk real estate for business. Now we're told that cycle tracks improve business, that there's nothing like business overflow than putting a cycle track right in front of your business. It's going to do tremendous things because it's going to bring very consumer hungry cycle track cyclists to your door who are going to buy whatever you have to offer. This is a remarkable answer to the business downturn. If you want to improve your business, put a cycle track directly in front of it. Okay, that hasn't worked out so well for this business in the Ramada Inn. Then we got the little question of the first business to fall because of the cycle track, the Alberta Motor Association outlet, the one in downtown Calgary. They could exist downtown here because people could actually park their cars right in front and not be afraid of opening their door and getting hit by another car or by any other truck that might be coming by. So the AMA was the first to announce that they were going out of business at this location, had to move out, no access for cars because of this lovely cycle track right in front of it. Now, also, we have the case of the Escoba restaurant. Now, Escoba is a little farther to the east on 8th Avenue, and they're out of business. 2 reasons: a huge increase in commercial property tax and the cycle track, cutting off evening business in particular. Now, how many cycle patrons actually, in the year that the cycle track was open, patronized Escoba restaurant? 25. 25 cyclists smack in front of the cycle track. It should have done wonders for their business, folks. Here's prime real estate, Alberta First Place on 8th Avenue. They're leasing right on the ground floor. And again, they're looking for people to come. Now, there should have been no problem getting a new leaser, a new person to a business to occupy this premises. Of course, a cycle track's there. It's a prime location for business. Not to mention the fact that these businesses have lost a lot of their service vehicle access because of the cycle tracks, that the cycle tracks feel cut off. One of these major towers, business towers, complained that they, a year after the cycle track went in, we're still getting 15 to 20 complaints a day because of people not being able to access their building because of the CycleTrack. Now, here's the chiropractic clinic on 8th. They moved out. You see, I guess it was the CycleTrack. There were so many cyclists coming in that the receptionist and the chiropractor were just worn out. So they just had to move from this location because of the increase in CycleTrack business. Over on 12th, we have Arby's. Now, Arby's might have not been doing too well before the CycleTrack opened, but the CycleTrack gave it that final kick off the premises. Now, I mean, obviously, if CycleTracks are good for business, this would have been immediately leased out again or sold to somebody eager to cash in on all these consumer spending cyclists that are going by the doorway. But no, there it sits empty. So one of the things about, since we just ended up on 12th Avenue, let's look at the access that's been, this is 12th and 8th Street Southwest. So it's gone down from 2 through lanes to 1 through lane, because on this side, on the other side of the truck, are 2 turning lanes to the left. On this corner is a turning lane to the right. So if there's people crossing the walk at the green signal, there's only 1 lane going through. The thing about 12th Avenue is a lot of construction on it, and quite often a lane will be blocked off either to deliver something or for some kind of construction activity. So what do? They take away a driving lane and extend out into the normal traffic lanes a replacement bike track, so that the poor little deers, the little snowflakes, will not be inconvenienced by going around one construction site in the regular traffic. No, they have to take away a traffic lane. So these are some of the problems. I just say quash the bike track. You've got to get rid of this thing. One of the things on 8th Avenue at the end between the Armory and, let's say, 8th Street, you notice these very wide sidewalks on either side. They could easily have a bike track put in those sidewalks. What do? No, they take away active road space here, leave too thin, very narrow lanes. And it's a nightmare for the businesses along here, including the handicap zone by the eye clinic. Well, you see, the handicap, well, I guess they can just take a hike because the CycleTrack needed to be there. So sorry folks, your handicap zone, gonzo. It's gonzo. Now, too bad for the handicap. This is what happens in placating selfish people who want an entitled lane that they very seldom use throughout the day. So I just want to say that we need to do something about this CycleTrack Pilot, because they're about to spend millions more of dollars for concrete curbing and islands if this is approved in committee in December and probably in council late December, early January. So I'd ask you to phone your councillor and say, no, please do not extend this. Remove the CycleTrack network. Find an alternative. Instead of 5th Street under the underpass, put them on the sidewalk. Again, wide sidewalks. They did it over on Olympic Way. They can do it on 5th Street. And then jog over to 6th Street, a quiet street, and use that for the CycleTrack. Do not take away vital traffic space, and do not make the flexi buses do these extraordinary turns trying to make that turn. Thank you very much. I'm Larry Heather at Calgary Senate on Twitter.